Hello SGD, and I just want to share a link. I'll put the link to the PDF. Now, what you can do with a PDF, so if you open it up, there's that little box there. You click on that, and my computer's running a bit slow, but it'll basically give you the option to download it. So you can download it to your hard drive, pay attention to what folder it's going to. But the Dictionary of Secret and Other Societies, comprising Masonic rites, lodges and clubs, concordant, clandestine, and spurious Masonic bodies, non-Masonic organizations to which only Freemasons are admitted, mystical and occult societies, fraternal, benevolent, beneficiary societies, political, patriotic, and civic brotherhoods, Greek letter fraternities and sororities, military and ancestral orders, revolutionary brotherhoods, and other organizations. So published in 1924, and it's a window into a different world. This is really before, not just before television, it's before radio. And, well, the world was a very different place. So we didn't have, you can just ring up and get health insurance, home insurance, credit, pensions, things we take for granted now. It was a very different world back then. And of course, there was no radio, television. So people had to get together. It was a much more, you knew your neighbor very well. You knew what was happening in your city. And a lot of these secret societies and other societies were clubs where people will come together and organize social benefit societies. Now, so let's just start. Okay, Acacia Fraternity is a Greek letter fraternity consisting exclusively of Masons attending college. Mutual Life Association, so that would be connected. Now, a mutual society where you would pool you'd pay a monthly fee, you would join, and they would offer you benefits such as insurance, so the amount of insurance. So Mutual Life, these types of mutual agencies where we mutually pool our money. Again, insurance, with things we take, credit, things we take for granted were only accessible through groups like that. Actors Order of Friendship, so beneficiary and charitable association composed of actors not less than 3 years experience on the stage. So a lot like here in Australia we have Actors Equity, or in the UK they have Equity. Now we'd think of it more as a union, but so these groups you pay your money in and they would offer you services, but it was also an organisation where, so the social benefit would be a lot from, as a member, for instance, if you got sick, the members would come to your house, help you with cleaning, help you with food. And so it wasn't just about them throwing money at you. It was these other benefits. Now, Adoptive Masonry, this is applied to an arrangement invented in France for admission of women into Freemasonry. African Blood Brotherhood, Fraternity of Negro Peoples. Now, this is important because some groups, such as Oddfellows, some groups of Oddfellows were exclusively white. Then other Oddfellow organizations were open to all races. Now, African Legion, founded by Marcus Garvey, and the All American Association. So if you go through, you'll see how some are exclusively white, some are for all races, all people, some exclusively male, some for the equality of male and female rights. The Arturian Order of Mysteries, great system of education, practical and psychical, now which proposes to harmonise the exoteric with the esoteric, with the laws of happiness and life. So that one sounds like a nice one I'd like to be with, but seems to be extinct. So we have some other interesting ones. So they're not all mystic, esoteric. So the benevolent region, benevolent society, like a mutual aid society, again, where people would join the club, they would help you out, you'd pay in, and so a lot of these organizations later become corporate insurance. So health insurance, home insurance, car insurance, all this type of stuff emerged from a lot of these agencies, and you'll see some of them Blue Cross. So, well, City Pound, so a bit like the other Blue Cross Society, Vagrant Dogs and Cats, American Brotherhood Society. There's some interesting ones of, American Federation of Labour. So again, these earlier versions of unions and labour organisations. Okay, so home watchmen, to unite fraternity with reverence, out reverence to creed, politics or nationality, all white persons. So you see now they're Humane Society, American Insurance Union. Well, again, this connected, so a lot of Odd Fellows, for instance, or the Mystic Circle, Knights of Pythias, where these were the forerunners of modern social insurance that we take for now. American Crusaders, like a base offshoot of the KKK. And you'll see similar, so you run through these. Now, again, the link will be in the description. American Order of Klansmen with a C, basically the Klan. The Mechanic, American, so the Mechanics is another one of these, just like Masons, Oddfellows, Druids, one of these organisations, a fraternal organisation, offering these types of services. Now, again, before radio and television, so if you joined one of these fraternal societies, you were expected to attend meetings. If you were asked, so again, if a member was sick or needed help, you would be expected to join in and do a working bee to help them out. If a member from a different city come, they would have either a code word or a handshake or some sort of thing to prove that they're a member. You would basically be expected to allow that, give them hospitality, to feed them and give them clothing overnight. So motels. Now, with the development of highways, you find motels, every few miles, every town will have. This didn't exist back then. So this was another one of the benefits of joining them. American Order of Druids. This is, again, a secret fraternal beneficiary organisation where, mutual aid society. And it's a lot, so the American Prison Society, which is about prison reform and legal reform. Protestant Association. So it's a wide band of what they were organised. But again, at different time, things, to organise, we had to attend meetings. It wasn't email now, but television or radio. So this was the importance of these societies. And American White Cross wears now there are some particularly interesting ones. Well, ancient and accepted Scottish Rite. You see Freemasonry. Knights of Malta, Star of Bethlehem. Shriners, the ancient Arabic order of nobles of a mystic shrine, like an affiliation to Freemasons. Again, another variation of the Shriners. Essenes. So the Foresters, again, was a mutual aid society based, traces of Masonic influence. So they had these rites and rituals, but it was, for the forestry industry, it was like a trade union. If you worked in the forestry industry, you would join, and they would, it's a very dangerous business. People would get killed or injured, so they would provide either widows' pensions or pensions and child scholarships for the families who were either the breadwinner was either injured or died. So that was some of the, again, forerunner of modern insurance. Like you just call up on the phone and you get it, but it was different back then. You had to be a member of an order to have. Now, in the 1920s, basically across all the world, there was a change in government. Government got very involved in health and education. Corporations took over insurance and credit. And these lodges were basically broken up because they were a threat to the establishment in many ways. Now, Gleamers, Knights of the Orient. Now, again, this will be, where are we? Knights of Jerusalem. Okay, the Order of Mut, so the Egyptian goddess Mut, and the sun god, mother of Moon. So, Oriental magicians, its supreme temple. Ancient Order of Osiris, Ancient Order of Pyramids, Sanhedrim, and you'll see these Egyptian themes. So they would arrange themselves into pyramids. Was like one of the groups that they're following. So it's about it's 280 pages. So I'm just going to try and just do the first few. Early the Anti-Defamation League. Yeah, so okay, it's an interesting read. I'll put the link in the description. Where are we? This is only up to B at this point, but you don't. The link will be there. You don't have to read it online. You can go up here and you click. That should open again. Still my computer. So you click download. A little window will open. Will ask you, do you want to save the file? Pay attention to which folder it's going to, or at least the name, so you can do a search on there. But yes, very interesting. So the buffaloes. That's another one of these. Fred Flintstone was in the water buffaloes, but Big Brother movement that now has different. Yeah, well, Big Brother. Where you would children young boys who didn't have a male mentor, so that would be the Big Brother. The Anti-Cigarette League. Boo, boo. Yeoman. Where are we? No, well, I'll leave that up to you to have a look through. But it was a different time, and these groups were America, Canada, Australia, England, but also in continental Europe as well. And that was the way people got together back then. Well, I just spotted Doric, the Doric Lodge, Chosen Friends. Gotta look that one up again. Cedars of Lebanon, again, are affiliated with Masons. And some of them are, or you call them industry groups, but for the most part they're mutual aid societies, mutual interest groups. And it was the way that information got out. So before you had radio, television, or now the internet to organise, this was how it was done. In the old days, you actually had to meet in IRL and share information that way. Croatian League of Illinois. Okay, with that I'll leave. Yeah, it's Daughters of Rebecca. So that's, yeah, straight away I know that one. That's Oddfellows League. I had to look through now. I've lost Daughters of Denial. That's again linked to, for females affiliated. So if your husband or father was a Mason, there's one for the Elizabeth Warren. Okay, with that, anyway, I'll leave you with that, Order of Domole. And again, very interesting, very different time, the way things were organised. Again, people knew each other face to face and would basically neighbours helping each other out, fellow members helping each other out, before insurance, before credit was available. So a lot of these were working men organisation. Now it's just connected to that they're all like royalty or something. No, but these were in your street for 7 creative principles. All right, Eugenics Committee of United States. Eternal and Universal Brotherhood of Mystics. I'm not familiar with that one. Anyway, fascinating read. Again, you can download this to your hard drive, print it out, or you can just read it online as well, depending on your the fascisti. Cheers. Anyway, have a good one, and yeah, best off to save these to your hard drive.